something we weren't prepared for. Sonic the Hedgehog the movie is actually good. Yeah. Hey up guys, so today's film that I'm reviewing is Sonic the Hedgehog, which is the directorial debut of Jeff Fowler, and what a tremendous debut it is for him, because firstly, he and his team listened to the fan criticism when the first trailer for this movie dropped. The first trailer was met with absolute disdain. People didn't like the look of Sonic. They said he looked weird, he had human teeth, it was very jarring, very off-putting, just it didn't look like Sonic, so they went back to the drawing board and then they made him look more like, well, Sonic. And now that I've seen the film, I can say without a doubt that it is in fact possible to make a good movie based off a video game. The curse has finally been broken. This is going to be Jeff Fowler's legacy, that he was the man that managed to crack the code on video game adaptation movies. I'll admit I didn't have high hopes for this film. I was skeptical, but I had an absolute blast watching this film. The story is about this space creature called Sonic, this blue hedgehog creature. He's from a different world, he's born with powers, he can run super fast, and other creatures from his world want to take his powers for themselves. So Sonic's guardian Longclaw gives him this bag of magical portal rings which allow Sonic to jump from world to world so he can hide himself on different planets so he can't be found. He ends up on Earth in Green Hills, Montana, where he accidentally loses his bag of magical portal rings, so he teams up with local human cop Tom Wachowski, who's played by James Marsden, to travel to San Francisco and retrieve the rings before dastardly mad scientist Dr Robotnik, played perfectly by Jim Carrey, captures Sonic and experiments on him. It's a very simple plot, it's not breaking any new grounds story-wise, but it is a very solid blend of buddy movie, road trip movie, and action movie. It has characters that are very likable, an energetic, career highlight performance from Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, and also a surprising amount of substance. The film really takes its time to establish Sonic as a character and get you to care for him. There's a scene in the first act where Sonic is in Montana and he's on this baseball field at night. He's playing this game of baseball all by himself, but he's literally playing every position. So he's the pitcher, he's the catcher, he's the fielders, he's the batter. And yeah, he's doing all the positions, and it's fun at first, but as the scene goes on, it highlights just how isolated he is as a character and how he longs for companionship and friendship, and you really feel how lonely he is, and you really do care for him. And when he finally pairs up with the cop Tom and goes on this road trip journey with him, there's this very sweet, endearing friendship that blossoms between the two of them, and it really gives the film its heart. A very strong selling point of Sonic the Hedgehog as a family film is that its tone is very appealing to both kids and adults. Like, yes, it is a kids' film and there's lots of fart jokes and slapstick humor that the kids are going to appreciate, but honest to God, the film screening that I was in, which was predominantly children, I say more adults were actually laughing than the kids were. Like, there was a lot of parental humor in here that the adults like really connected with. I definitely laughed a lot watching this, more so than I expected. And I think a huge chunk of the credit as to why this film works has to come down to Jim Carrey's portrayal of Dr. Robotnik. Honest to God, I don't think there is another actor on this planet that could have done a better job than Jim Carrey. He's at his rubbery-faced, jangly-bodied, scenery-chewing best. He's so good as the villain that every scene that he wasn't in, I couldn't wait for him to return. He makes every scene better. He elevates this film. I don't think this movie would have been as good as it was with any other actor playing this role other than Jim Carrey. This is one of his best roles he's ever had. It's so good to see him return to what he does so well. And I think that's why this film will appeal to a lot of people my age and above, because anybody that loves the 90s and noughties Jim Carrey movies will see a lot of his traits from those movies in his performance here. It's so much fun to relish. He's so good here. The action was fun. The slow-mo technique was a little bit overdone, but I was still very entertained. And the visual effects were pretty good for a movie that's all about a space hedgehog. And I laughed more than I expected, and I wanted to spend more time in this world. I actually want to see a sequel to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I turned 30 this year. What is happening to me? Don't grow up, kids. It's a trap. Right, so I was asked those three questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? Yes, I had a blast watching this film. I want to watch this film again with my little nephew when he's a little bit older. It's got a breezy pace, lots of laugh, fun action, and emotional substance. Second question, am I going to recommend it for you guys? Yes, not just for families, even though I'd say this is a great film to take an entire family out to see. It's perfectly balanced in terms of how parents and kids can appreciate it. But yeah, adults will probably enjoy this as well. Anyone that has any love for Jim Carrey back in the 90s and noughties will get a kick out of this film, okay? It's kind of his movie. Really, it should be the Dr. Robotnik movie featuring Sonic. Seriously, Jim Carrey steals the show. And question number 3, what score am I gonna give it out of 10? This is definitely a film that surpassed my expectations. It's not by any means flawless, but I had a hell of a lot of fun watching it. I'm gonna give Sonic the Hedgehog a score of 8.5 out of 10. I know that seems like a very high score for a video game children's movie, but seriously, don't knock this film until you've seen it, alright? It's that good. There we go, guys. That was my review of Sonic the Hedgehog. But as always, this is just one bloke's opinion. I would love to hear from you guys. What did you think of Sonic the Hedgehog? Did it surprise you? Do you want to see a sequel to this film? And my quick question for you guys today is there any other video game adaptation movie that you have loved? Because honestly, this is the first one for me. But yeah, whatever you guys think, be sure to let your voices be heard in that comment section down below. If you guys want to follow me on any social media, Twitter, Instagram, you can find all the information in that video description down below. And of course, if you guys want to stay up to date with all my content, don't forget to click subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Airfield, and I'll see you guys next time.